What's up, everybody? It is your boys coming at you with a cat in my lap, Overachievers Gaming Podcast. Me, Dami, Ashi Pastrami.
What's up, guys? It's me, Charlie, a.k.a. Vash, and we have a very special guest with us today, all the way from the Pacific Coast.
The what?
We have Pacific Coast. Did I fuck it up already?
Pacific Coast?
It's specifically the Pacific Coast. Yes, that'd be Khasino. Thanks so much for joining us,
Khasino. What's up, man?
No problem. So I grew up on the East Coast my entire life, but I moved here a couple of years ago, so now I get to say West Coast, best coast.
West Coast, yeah. It's like once you, that's all it takes is 1 year.
Whereabouts on the East Coast? We're in like New York, so.
Oh, both my parents are from New York, but I was born and raised in South Florida my whole life.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Oh.
What made you go to the West Coast?
A company out here that made tools for live streamers hired me and flew me out.
Oh, fuck. That's awesome. That's really cool. Are you allowed to say who, obviously?
Yeah, they're called Opera Event, and they work on Gather chatbot and stuff like that.
Oh, it's fucking sick. Oh, I blew it, Charlie. I'm sorry. I started asking questions.
No, it's all good. So you can find us on Instagram at og.podcast, on Twitter at overachieversp. Our Patreon is patreon.com/overachievers. Our website beingoverachiever.com. You can find myself at Vash at VVASH and Dami at Ashi Pastrami. And Khasino, do you have an Instagram or Twitter or anything like that?
I have an Instagram, but I almost never use it.
Right.
I have a Twitter, which I believe is Khasino TTV. I've got a Facebook.
But mostly it's like your Twitch is like your go-to.
My Twitch and my YouTube.
Right.
And both of those are just /Khasino, which is Khasino.
Not to be confused with the movie starring Robert De Niro, Casino.
Right. No, definitely don't want to spell it with a C or no one would ever find me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool though, man. Say the name of the company one more time that flew you out. I've never heard of them.
So it's weird. They don't use the name of the company. They're a small startup out here, so most people won't be familiar. But the name of the company is Opera Event. But I think now their main product is something called Quest Mode. So you might have seen that around.
Okay.
Quest Mode on Twitch.
And what's that all about?
Quest Mode. So I don't actually use their stuff that much these days. Like I'm not still working for them. That was just when I first got out here.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense.
Long story short, they didn't, because they were a small startup, they didn't find an investor in time to justify continuing to pay my salary.
Yeah,
they have since found investors, but they had to step me down to contract work, which was not enough to afford my new super expensive California rent.
Yeah, dude.
So
yeah.
I actually ended up driving for Uber in the downtime while plotting my rebound back to Twitch.
Fuck yeah, that's cool. Are you in LA?
No, I'm in the Bay Area.
Oh, dang.
California.
Oh, yeah, so that is the expensive lifestyle.
That is the expensive.
That's worse than New York. So.
Yep, I pay way too much for a bedroom with roommates. I'm paying $1,300 for a bedroom that I share with my girlfriend and my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Brooklyn prices.
Same. Yeah, I guess I'm curious the size though. That's what it boils down to at this point with like expensive ass areas. It's like paying $1,300 for a bedroom, like your bedroom is a closet.
A bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. In fact, it's funny you said. Not only is it not that big of a bedroom, like the house is nice, the neighborhood's good, but the room is so small that I have to move my bed every time I want to get in the closet.
Oh my god,
dude, don't you love that shit? My apartment doesn't have closets, so I feel you, bud.
You got a fireplace in your bedroom. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not real.
Still,
it's just the mantle.
Nice.
It's
Wait,
pre-war.
you got the fake fireplace?
No, it's not fake. It's like
we got a 1%er.
My building is pre-war, so before there was like heating, that's what they used as a fireplace. But it's since been decommissioned, so it's literally just the mantle of a fireplace that is closed up in every way possible. It's so stupid. It's so worthless.
Santa must get so confused,
dude. I wish it was a real fireplace. I'd use that shit like crazy. But,
right on.
So you said that you trying to rebuild your Twitch. I assume you stopped for a bit, like when you moved out, or
yeah. So I mean, if you want me to get right into it,
lay it all out.
All right, it's a decently long story, but so it goes back to, growing up, I've always been a big fan of comedy, and I consider myself a comedy connoisseur, and I always wanted to be a comedian, but I was never brave enough to go do an open mic or anything. I always said, like, one day I will, but when I feel I'm ready.
Right.
And in the meantime, I was, of course, always playing video games, love video games, and then the day I discovered, oh, you can be an entertainer and make people laugh while playing video games on Twitch, I was like, this is the greatest job of all time.
Yeah, you found it.
And I don't know if I can pull it off, but I'm definitely going to put every ounce of effort that I can muster into trying to make this my career, because nothing would make me happier than the two things I love, video games and entertainment. And so I was playing League of Legends at the time while working in health insurance, and I had an idea for a League of Legends Twitch show, but there were a ton of really good League of Legends streamers, and I was pretty good, like top 5% of the player base, but I wasn't so good that people would watch me because of how awesome I was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was worried, like, I consider myself entertaining, but I don't, I'm not like, well, I'm obviously the most hilarious person ever. Everyone's going to love me. Like, I don't feel that good. So, I was like, I think the way I can make this work is do like a game show and give away a bunch of the in-game currency.
Oh, okay.
And so I ended up making a League of Legends game show. But I got to a point where, when I was younger, I messed up my credit and didn't have the most responsible time in my early 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And
None of us did.
So, yeah, I hear that a lot. And so I had to figure out, I got to a point where I had a few $1,000s saved up, and I was like, all right, so I can either fix my credit, be responsible, put some in savings and start to be an adult, or I can spend these thousands of dollars entirely on video game currency that I'm going to give away for free on the internet and try to make a Twitch show out of it. And, I thought about it, I'm like, I got one life to live. I can always be a responsible adult in a few years, but I got to try and go for the dream.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did, and I started it up, and it went really well. I think we had over 50 viewers on the very first stream, which was amazing.
Hell yeah, dude.
Admittedly, I'm just giving away hundreds of dollars in in-game currency for free, but it went pretty well, and we grew to averaging like 250 viewers pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I didn't find this out until later. I was never going to get Twitch partner because I'd called the show League of Gambling, and it didn't involve any actual gambling. It was all giving away stuff for free, but because it had gambling in the name, the advertisers didn't want to affiliate with it. And this was before you could name change on Twitch. So when I ended up getting hired by the company out here that makes tools for live streamers and flew me out, they were like, it's not too late. Trust me, you're still small enough. You can pull this off. Start a new channel with a new name.
Right.
And without going into too much detail, I did everything I possibly could for months to make sure people knew this was the old channel. Now we've got the new channel. I was there. Now I'm here. I would like go live on the new one while hosting from the old one. Like everything I could to transfer traffic over, and somehow lost like half the viewers.
Yeah.
And so that was bad. And then like a month later, Twitch was like, now you can change the name of your channel.
That's so frustrating.
Oh my God, that's got to be. Yeah, that's, man.
Dude, that's frustrating.
So
algorithm stuff's weird.
Yeah, so that kind of petered out, and then that company stepped me down to contract work, and so I had to rebound. So I started driving for Uber, and I needed a game I could play in the meantime. So I started playing Marvel Contest of Champions on my phone because I could do that while I was parked. And then through that, I found Seaton's content creation, and he's awesome, and his videos were really entertaining. And while I was doing that, I found Marvel Strike Force through him, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. If I have the opportunity, I want to be part of a game like from the get-go. And this is when it was still early in soft launch, where I had to pretend I was in Canada or New Zealand just to play. So I was like,
I remember those days.
I'm in. So I started playing and started doing streams. I was Ubering Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and streaming Monday through Thursday. And it caught on, and I was able to transition and be a full-time content creator, and here we are.
Hell yeah, man. So it's funny because I don't know if Charlie's told you, he got me into Strike Force. I only recently started playing. I mean, how long ago was that now? Like 2-3 months, maybe more?
Probably 3-4 months ago. I mean, I just hit 420 days logged in.
Oh, does it tell you?
For Marvel Strike Force. Yeah, it tells you. So, like, I've been there since, like, right at, when did it officially go live? It was like, what, beginning of April? Something like that?
I want to say it was like March 28th.
Yeah, something like that. I got in there right as the original Rocket event ended. So I was not able to capitalize on that. And plus, nobody had any idea what the hell was going on in that game.
Probably including
anyway.
the devs.
Well, it's like funny because I always kind of said like no mobile game. I was like that anti-mobile game crew, which was, and now I'm realizing how backwards a mentality that is. It's not like forward thinking. That's very like regressive thinking. And it's like my girlfriend Mallory, she gives me a funny face, but every morning the first thing I do is reach over and start doing my challenges, like, you know, obviously my daily objectives. And I couldn't believe how fast I got addicted to this fucking game, and I'm almost like I need to like relax probably. Like this morning I woke up and I don't know if it was a bug, but none of my objectives were showing up, and I was like angry. I was like, this is messed up my routine, my daily morning routine. What do I do now? But yeah, it's fun as shit. It's super fun. It's really cool also to see that it has obviously like a streaming community, because I mean everything does these days, but especially like popular streamers and people who do it for a living, and yeah.
Yeah, there aren't many of us yet, but I think the Marvel brand, like for mobile games in particular, they tend to float or sink pretty quickly out the gate.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I think making it out over a year kind of gave this game some established longevity, and I think I mean, and everything's just been going better and better.
Yeah, it seems that way. They really patch stuff fast. Like, yeah, there's bugs and there's problems, but like not only do they fix it relatively fast, they always reward you. Like, I don't mind when there's a shitty bug, because I'm gonna wake up to like some kind of message that's like, oh, here's all this free shit, we're sorry, you know.
Well, I've stressed that to them so much. I said, because they used to not really compensate people for issues, and I was like, I don't think you guys get it. When you just frustrate people with bugs and then that's the end of the story, you just lose players.
Right.
Whereas you guys make all the items in the game for free. It's not like you have to take out a giant loan to give us all power cores.
Exactly.
So just shower people with free stuff. If everyone gets it, it doesn't change the competitive landscape at all. It makes people happy. You want people celebrating when you screw up. You want people so excited that something's broken.
That's a funny way to put it. That's a pretty funny way to put it. Like people celebrating when they screw up. Do you have a relationship with Strikeforce? Like, do you have communication?
Yes, and it's been an interesting relationship until super recently. So early on, they had a community manager who was only somewhat active. I imagine that he stayed pretty busy, but we were never quite sure what he was doing. You know, you'd message him and maybe 5 days later he'd get back to you, maybe not.
Right.
Stuff like that. I did get to go visit their offices once, and so I met a few of the guys there. And then when I was there, I met the creative director, so I'll message him every now and again. He's a really cool guy, and I really like his vision for the game. And everything that he had to say about it was, you know, like, he gets my seal of approval.
Right.
I'm glad he's there. And then so separate from that, I've had a third-party source whose name and information I won't disclose, but I've been getting some behind-the-scenes info that I'm not supposed to be getting. That's caused me to tread very carefully, because it becomes up to me to say what I want to spill and what I don't. So, for example, I know the next 6 or 7 characters at least that are coming to the game.
Whoa.
But so some of the things that I've learned I can share, just because no one's told me I can't.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
other
funny.
other things they've explicitly said, like with the names of new characters, like I'd love nothing more than to tell people. I actually really hate keeping secrets, but they've explicitly said, like, please do not say an upcoming character, because they'll have agreements with, like, you know, some online news outlet or Entertainment Weekly or whatever it is, to have the exclusive to debut that information or that footage. And so if I just blurt it out, then it completely ruins all those plans and possibly some, you know, $1,000 deal they made. Right. Who knows? So
yeah.
So I've had to tread very carefully. So what I've done is I've basically deliberately been very cryptic, and so I'll help people narrow it down. And so I'll say something like, and this is true, the next legendary character is going to be a mutant. Stuff like that, where I won't give an identity, but I'll help people get closer to the answer.
That's so cool.
And every once in a while, that's led to some funny situations where we've had enough clues to easily confirm something, but I've been instructed not to say.
Right.
So I'll tell that story because it's funny. But just wrapping up the relationship I have with them. So super recently they hired a new community manager, and I have been pushing for the longest time. We all have, all the content creators have been saying we need a community manager that's active on Reddit and that gets back to us. We represent these large swaths of the player base.
Yeah.
And so the new community manager, Cerebro, or as some of the people on Reddit have been calling him, Cerebro, has been doing an awesome job. He gets back to me always. I can bother him 27 times a day and he gets back to me. It's great. And he's doing a kick-ass job.
Hell yeah.
You know. So now I talk to them pretty regularly. But you know, a lot of people think that I have more influence than I do. People send me messages all the time like, tell the devs to add in this character and fix this and put in this new mode. I'm like, I don't think you understand. I don't tell the devs what to do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. We just happen to be in this nice like influx of like, hey, you just happen to know people and have some sort of inside information, but like not enough where you can actually make a difference. It's like the same with me with being on set. On, you know, people are like, oh, get me a job on your TV show. I'm like, I just work on the TV show. It's like I don't have that kind of pull. And even if I did, you don't want to work 18 hours a day.
You don't want to fucking
trust
do this,
me.
yeah. Well, it's funny because I feel like streamers, like, you know, bigger streamers are kind of like the unofficial community managers of games now.
Yeah.
Because there's such a huge face. I think it's detrimental for the company, like gaming companies, studios, whatever, to not listen to them. Because, like, for instance, like, what's your average viewer poll per stream?
Well, so it's kind of misrepresentative. Like, I'll average maybe 250, 300 viewers, like, concurrently.
Right.
But just that alone, like, over several hours staying at those numbers means over 1,000 people came and
exactly, yeah. So, like, with that being said, you have 1,000 people watching you when you hit record, when you hit stream, like when you hit go. And it's like, it would be in the worst interest of these video game companies to not fucking listen to you guys, like bigger streamers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they better listen to you, you know?
Seaton taught them a valuable lesson in the influence of the influencers, so to speak. And I'm glad it did. They made some changes, and you know, I always try to see it from their point of view, because a lot of times people give them crap for things that aren't their fault, or that it's very clear ahead of time that they want to do. So I try to always give them the benefit of the doubt. But that doesn't mean that if they just do something dumbfoundingly stupid, you know, I'm going to call it like I see it.
Yeah,
what the hell
sure.
are you guys doing? And they did this with raid rewards for no reason. They just nerfed raid rewards way back when. And Seaton basically made a whole video like, this is completely idiotic. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Fuck you guys. I'm out. And a ton of people went with him.
Dang.
They're like, all right, well, if Seaton's not worth, you know, if Seaton doesn't think the game's worth playing, I don't think the game's worth playing. And all their numbers just fucking plummeted.
I'm sure.
And that was fixed in like 2 days.
Yeah.
That shit's powerful. It's
lesson.
powerful. Voices of influencers and stream and like names are fucking powerful. I bet you, I mean, I don't know so much anymore. I feel like Ninja's pull is slightly decreasing in the last like 6 months, but I'd be curious if someone like his status were to like, all right, done with Fortnite, like how many tens of thousands would then be done with Fortnite overnight?
Probably a lot.
Right.
And so what's interesting is like when you play games, a lot of it is the community. A lot of it is playing with your friends. Like it's a lot harder to play a game when none of your friends play.
Totally.
And it's a lot easier to play a game you don't like that much if all your friends play. Like community is such a big part of it. And I try not to get big headed. I always assume that like I'm the tiniest little drop of water in the pond. But I do get a fair amount of messages of people saying like, hey, your community is the only reason I play this game. You know, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep playing, but I found your guys' community and it's great. And so,
I mean, it's obviously it's very humble of you, but it seems like you got a pretty dope thing going, because I feel like with the newness of mobile games, is that the right word? The newness, with like like mobile games still being, I feel like in an introductory phase, and there still is a lot of like kickback to mobile gaming. Like people think that it's not like knockoff gaming, but like, you know, like for like Diablo Immortal, people were so fucking angry that was announced as a mobile game, but it's like, this is the future. But like you found a nice space in that, and that's like almost like a congratulations type, I think. Personally, I think that's a pretty cool achievement to find a space and have a voice in something that is so new and that is still kind of like people are apprehensive about, you know.
Absolutely, and I totally get what you're saying, where you keep trying to bring it up, and I have experienced that more than anyone because I used to be a full-time League of Legends streamer for,
Right.
I played that game for like 6+ years. There's like an opinion that like mobile gaming isn't serious gaming.
I don't get
they
it.
think of like,
I don't fucking get it.
well, because half of it is like Candy Crush and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
they're just like, nah, you guys aren't serious gamers. And then one thing that like people really put a lot of weight into is like pay to win versus like does it have esports potential? So any game that's pay to win, people are like, oh, that's not a real game. It needs to be all about competition, and that's why games like Fortnite and League of Legends are like completely free and you can't buy an advantage. But
yeah, but fuck that too though, because like there might not be like it might not be in Fortnite where I could buy a gun, but you can still spend money, and that's what pisses me off with in I guess with like Strike Force, for example, since we all play that. Yeah, you could buy characters, you could buy shards, you could buy items, but you have to fucking spend some money to do that. And it's like most people aren't doing that. So like I'm not like me at my level, I'm 61. I'm not too worried about people in my level having bought a ton of shit. I don't have to. I'm not like my arena is small, my blitz stuff is easy, like not easy per se, but you know what I'm saying. Like in Fortnite, you have kids that are spending like hundreds of dollars on stupid fucking skins. It's like don't tell me like about like paying to win stuff when you're spending money on skins and like axes and dumb shit like that. That's how I look at that, and I think that's an unfair call out to games that like people who are quote unquote paying to win are at the upper echelon of stuff that I'm not even at anyway, and like most likely those same 13-year-olds who are complaining about it wouldn't fucking be at either, you know.
Well, so the biggest thing for me is where the competition shows itself. Like if if I just wanted to drop $20,000 on this game, I could definitely have a nicer roster than the guy next to me.
Sure.
But all of the competition, like when you look at the actual opportunities where skill matters, like that person can place higher in Blitz and that person can place higher in Arena and all these things, but none of those things get them things I can't have.
Sure.
If I just have patience.
Sure.
That's the big thing for me is they're just impatient, and I fully support people spending money on the game, keeping the servers running.
Exactly.
And the more money that goes into the game, the more development they can get done, and the more new characters they can add.
Totally.
It's just better for everybody. But yeah, like at the end of the day, you're really only competing with yourself. And even if you want to whale out, if you just decided like going forward, I'm just going to drop $1,000 every week, like the main competitive stuff is still with your funny stories about that. But the main thing is you're like it's still a competition with your alliance. So if you're in an alliance with a bunch of your friends, like even if you're giant, that doesn't mean like now you instantly win alliance wars or you instantly are at the top of the raid season leaderboards or stuff like that. Yeah. So I don't mind pay to win stuff at all, because it ends up like at the very, very top of like it basically if you're like, look, it's not that important to me to be top 50 or top 100, then you just kind of stay out of it. And that's just wallet wars up at the top, right, where it's, just who can outspend who, and they're just chucking wallets back and forth at each other. And I find that very entertaining.
Yeah. I've never really, I never really myself cared about pay to win either. There was one game though that really blew it, was Star Wars Battlefront 2. When it first came out, you could buy characters and ships. And like on day one, people had like the Millennium Falcon, which was super hard to unlock. And they were just smashing Space Battle and all that shit. And it's like,
it's not fun at that point.
This is actually kind of shitty. I like if that was like only in ranked or only in or whatever, I don't know, maybe that'd be different. But like joining a casual like Space Battle and there's like Slave One and Millennium Falcon, all these like crazy ships that just destroy you because people just bought them for like, whatever they were. That's the only time I've ever been like whack.
So that's the other thing, though, is with that, like a space battle where like you're both actively participating, that's different because like you can dodge a shot and they can dodge a shot, but then when you land a shot and they land a shot, you've taken more damage and they've taken less. Like, that's unfair because it forces you to outperform them.
Right.
But this, you're always playing against the AI no matter what. And so what I find too is a lot of people spend a lot of money on the game, still aren't that good at it.
Right.
I've seen, people who have Ultron, but on a really stupid team that I can take down easily without having an Ultron of my own. You just see a lot of silliness. And And so of all the communities within the game, I'd say the sub community that is least in favor of me is the whale community. And it's because
sure.
they all want me to be impressed by the stuff that they have. And they'll be like, check this team out, because they just dropped like another $300 on it. I'm like, that's cool and all, but why do you have them positioned wrong?
Yeah.
Also, you just actually said something really funny that made me feel so much better about this game. I don't even think you may have realized it. I'm very impatient, and like whenever a character, like I love Marvel, I've been a big comic book reader like all my life. Whenever a character comes out that I want, like because for emotional reasons, I just want to fucking buy it. But I always stop myself, but sometimes I don't. I'll admit it. Sometimes I do buy a character because I want them just to have them. But what you just said is no matter what, you're playing against an AI, like what, just calm down, has really just resonated with me. And me being an impatient person with anything. Like, if I'm just playing against AI, why do I fucking care if I have this character or not? It's not going to matter. Oh my.
Nope. And
that's so funny.
The other thing that'll make you feel better is if you do decide to spend on it, like it's your hobby, right?
Right.
Like, you could have a heroin habit. You could be going out to the club every night.
Totally.
Spending who knows what on drinks. So it's like, you want to spend a few $100 a month on your hobby if it's what you do for fun every single day.
Totally, yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with spending a few $100 a month on your hobby or whatever it is. Whatever amount of money you've got, I don't judge. I talked to a guy who was 110 days played. He'd already spent 10 grand.
Joe.
Jesus Christ.
Later found out that guy's a retired Major League Baseball player.
Oh, so sure. What's up?
To him.
Well,
he's fucking
It was
fine.
He was like, threw a little bit at it.
Dude,
whatever.
that's wild.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Here's some crazy
Too bad.
stories.
I believe
Too bad
man.
filmmaking is a very expensive hobby as well.
I wanted to actually backtrack real
I can
quick.
imagine.
You mentioned that you stream every day at 1 PST. Everyone check that out. But you said you would rather do 5. What's the reasoning behind that?
So the daily reset is at 5, and so that's when all the new deals show up, and people want to know, is this a good deal? Should I buy this
Sure.
one? That's when new events go live. They want to see me do it. So I've learned through streaming for a few years now, consistency is key.
Yeah.
And so when I started, it didn't matter when. There wasn't like everyone's reset was different, I think.
Mhm.
And so it didn't really matter when. And I happened to be free at 1, and the logic behind that is I could stream for a few hours, and then if I had to go out in the evening, I could leave by like 4 or 5 and still get a full evening shift done if I was going
Right.
to drive that night. So I put on all my graphics and stuff, all the tier list graphics and all the Blitz Team graphics and stuff, 1 p.m., 1 p.m., 1 p.m., so everyone knows it is 1 p.m.
Right.
And now I'm like, I actually wish I could do 5 p.m. It'd be way better, but every piece of branding I've put out there, every infographic, every YouTube video, it says everywhere 1 p.m.
Right.
And if I try to switch, I worry it would just be so confusing for everybody. So now I'm 1 p.m.
Do you
Better
still
force.
drive?
No,
So
So streaming is
wonder-
your full-time thing?
I am full-time content creator, and I will never forget the day that became the case.
fuck yeah, man. That's awesome for you. That's really cool. You have a cool story, dude. This is like
I appreciate it.
It's like a lot of stories I feel like come from what's the word, like bigger stream, like in Ninja's instance, like Ninja was already big, but like it took him having Drake to come on for him to like kind of like solidify the fact he was big. But like,
Yeah, I'm having him on next week.
excuse me,
I'm just kidding.
fuck you. I was like, wait, what?
Be like, all right, Upshaw, let's go.
Oh, fucking got me. Fucking got me. No, but that's super
It's like,
cool. Do you
It's like Upshaw having Diplo on playing Fortnite with
I
him.
didn't know that happened.
Oh yeah, that happened a while ago. So we have a friend named Upshaw, who's a Fortnite streamer, and he's like, he's up there in like the thousands of viewers now. But I was in a competitive Battlefield clan with him, and he went full time, and he lives in Canada, so he was just like, I'm going to try this right out after uni, and he was doing well in Battlefield. Then Fortnite came out. We used to play PUBG together. And he was getting, maybe like 50 to 60 people watching him on PUBG. And then Fortnite came out and he just blew the fuck up on YouTube and then switched over to Twitch about a year ago,
Yeah.
something like that.
That's the way
But
to
it's
do
just,
it.
That's the way to do
it's
it.
just interesting to watch, like all these people, like, just go and plug at it. And like every single day, it's just, it becomes a job because
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like
It's very much a job.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, because if you
7 days a
stop,
week.
Yeah, you got. If people don't realize, like, oh, it's just a streamer. Like, I try. Like, I work 6 months out of the year, but I've tried it. Like, the other half of the year, try to stream myself because I like to play a variety of different games. So right now, my main thing is Beat Saber. Like, Beat Saber is what I'm trying to get
I've
like
always
really
wanted
good
to
at.
try that game. It looks so fun.
It's absurdly fun. Dude.
Highly,
I was making fun of him at first.
highly
It's so
recommend
much fun.
it.
It's so much fucking fun.
I'll send you a clip of like me just trying to do like one of the hardest levels I've ever done. I've only gotten
It's
like a
insane.
minute and a
I don't know
half
how
into it.
that much
It's
hand-eye coordination is possible in a human being, but somehow Charlie is doing it.
That's awesome.
But like me just like taking 6 months off to focus on my film career and then coming back, like my viewership is like plummeted like significantly.
same,
I was up
dude.
in like the 20, 30s of people. Now I'm like maybe 5 people at most. But it's like like you said before, consistency is king. And if like you don't have the consistency to do it and treat it like a job, you're not going to have the same results as a lot of other people.
100%.
It's very much about momentum.
Dude, I got a new job in January, and now I stream only now like a couple times out of the month, which is nothing, obviously. And if I get 5, I'm lucky. When I was getting 10 a view, a stream before, but it's almost like you are someone's like not outlet, but I mean like someone chooses to watch you and consistently watch you because they like who you are, they like what you play, they like your thing, and when you stop,
They learn a bit.
yeah, and when you stop doing that, they're gonna find that same feelings that they got from watching you somewhere else. So it's
Well,
like,
I've always said there's 3 ways to succeed on Twitch. You can be really, really, really good. You can be really, really, really entertaining, or you can be a girl.
yeah. Yeah, and it's not like
It's true.
It's not like that's in a negative way. It's just that's just the way it is.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
it's,
just the way it
every
is.
every guy's dream is that awesome gamer girl. At least for me, I'm all about the gamer girls. So
Yeah,
right on.
it's like because I've always played games that weren't like not necessarily competitive to watch, but it was like Destiny 2 or like The Division. When I was playing Apex, that's when I got my most views. Like just chilling, like not even like crazy Apex stuff. Just playing Apex when it first came out was my most. I was getting like 20 fucking views when it first came out, which was nice, but that died real fast.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
it's like jump into a game that comes out essentially like right away and just play it because there's a lot of people
Yeah.
still looking for channels or just doing whatever because some people like don't want to watch like the big streamers. Sometimes they want to scroll
Yeah.
down a bit and see who else is streaming. So
yeah, they're not about that mainstream Twitch life.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that pun there. Are you what do you play any other video games or are you just strictly Strikeforce at this point?
I mean, not really. So every once in a while I'll play a game of League to make sure that I've still got my reflexes. Like
Nice.
my competitive spirit is still very much alive, so I want to make sure I've still got it.
Hell yeah.
But I'm nowhere near as good as I was. Other than that, I'm very obsessive, so like I would rather be just the completely obsessed master of one game than like pretty good at several at once. Like I don't
feel that.
juggle multiple games well.
Yeah.
So I figured like I'm just gonna know everything I could possibly know about Marvel Strike Force, and that way anyone has any questions, I can hopefully field them. However, Twitch recently rolled out this new thing that's really awesome called bounties, where they will pay you a certain amount of money to either show a video clip or an ad or watch like an episode of something, or most commonly stream another game
Oh.
for 30 minutes or an hour. Just recently we got lucky. There were 2 different bounties for League of Legends for an hour.
Oh fuck yeah.
So
You were set.
I was more than happy to get paid for those. But so everyone's all dabble in other games like Apex. Like I'm absolutely horrible at first person shooters.
Yeah.
There's plenty of types of games I'm good at. First person shooters, not one of them.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. Possibly the worst ever. Like mere a drunken 4-year-old, definite coin flip.
That's hilarious.
But so there was a bounty to play Apex. So I was an Apex streamer for a day, trying it out, and confirmed I am in fact really terrible.
That's perfect. Even
You
in
can
like,
also, like-
downtime, you don't really fuck with other games just because you want to mess up your current like greatness in Strikeforce. Is that what the mentality is?
It's part of that. It's just that I don't like half-assing things. So like, if I played Apex on the side, I wouldn't be that good at it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have to be the best or as close to the best as I can be in any game that I play. So
That's
I
fair.
would end up playing it more and more. And so what you don't see is there's so much that goes into stream maintenance. Like when I'm not streaming or playing MSF, I'm editing a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I'm sorting stuff out with giveaways I did, ordering codes and sending them to people. I'm doing roster reviews for people. I'm active in all the groups answering questions. So I'm, on the Facebook groups and the Line chats and the Discord chats and on Reddit. Like, I don't know if I said that already, but all over the place, doing all sorts of stuff. I try to answer every single PM that I get on any of those places. So I'm just answering questions, and I don't know if I said making infographics, but my point is like I'm always doing something related to the game, which leaves me just barely enough time to actually worry about like real life and errands and bills and all that adult stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot goes into this shit.
Time.
People don't realize a lot goes into this.
Yeah, it does. It does take a lot, and I feel that that all that time is not wasted. I feel like because your presence on Reddit is one of the reasons why I wanted to reach out and see if you'd be interested in doing this podcast. Is just because I've lurked a little bit in your streams, just see how everything how you present yourself, all that sort of stuff, and you're very helpful, and you just want to help people as much as possible. And I really feel like that goes a long way, especially if there's new players trying to learn a lot about what's going on. And I know for like me personally, like your infographics help a lot, especially for like, okay, what should I be farming for? I want to work on my Spider-Verse team and so on and so forth. But like, where do I go for that? And like, that's very helpful for somebody like me who's like, I'm not a whale, but I'm definitely a dolphin per se. Like I probably dropped maybe like $500 in the game over the course of the year. Or clownfish, nice. But it shows, and I know that sometimes it's a thankless job because like you want to keep helping the community because it also drives people to your Twitch, which is where you get a lot of your most of your revenue for everything. So but like just being there and helping people and doing that really does go a long way from the community standpoint, as well as makes you more legit as well. So it's like makes people want to come support you as a content creator. So we as the community, thank you.
Oh, no problem. And I mean, the way I see it is I owe all the thanks in the world to the community. I've worked many jobs, and this one's easily my favorite. And so the way I see it is like, this is my favorite thing in the world, at least attempting to entertain people.
Right.
And playing video games. Like, I want nothing more in the world. And so the fact that I have the opportunity to call this my job, I cannot be more thankful. So the way I see it is like, if I'm not doing absolutely everything in my power to make sure that I'm living up to any expectations people have for me doing this.
Right.
That is my goal, is I want to do as much as I can and give as much back to the community as I can, because just being able to wake up and say, well, it's time to go to work, trying to be entertaining and playing video games.
Yeah, man.
Like all the thanks go to even you guys who are lurking in the stream and checking out the infographics and sharing them around.
It's really sure you probably sent me some of his stuff when I first started playing.
Yeah, I think it was some like beginner stuff when I was trying to get you to hop on. You're like, oh, this game's great, and then like 2 days later, it's like, I don't have any energy to do anything.
Funny.
Like I'm so broke.
I was so mad the first like month of playing because I was like, why? What is happening? What is going on? What the fuck? Why can't I do anything? Like I was like, why is this so difficult for me to do anything?
Oh yeah, they make it that way where I mean, you keep going if you want to pay.
Yeah, really. But I mean, it's funny because once you get better and higher level, you get so much in rewards by completing stuff.
Yeah,
like so much in rewards.
It's a very interesting rich get richer scheme.
It really is. Yeah. It's like now that I'm in the 60s and I'm doing everything, I'm getting purple ability currency, and like I'm getting gold level up currency for shit. It's like I get it because I'm higher level and I'm getting higher level currency, but also like, man, give me this shit when I was just starting.
Yeah, it doesn't stop either. It just gets worse as you get higher.
Oh yeah.
Well, I haven't even gotten to purple gear yet, which is hilarious. Like I know that I'm sure my life is gonna be so frustrating when I get into purple.
It'll be good.
Well,
I just cleared 2 million total collection power this morning, so it took me some time to get to there. So.
Yeah. It's quite.
I'm only at 214,000.
Hey, dude, whatever.
That's not
gotta get there.
We were all there at some point,
right?
And I always say this too, with these types of games, the most valuable currency is time. A lot of people worry like, I'll never amount to anything. Like I'm so far away from being competitive. I'm such a small fish in the pond, and like that may be true, but and I haven't run the numbers lately, but so this is just ballparking. But like every day of play, if you tried to make it up, like if you just wanted to be where someone who started a week before you is at, it averages out to like $100 a day that you'd have to spend to make that up, which of course, like you can just, wait a day and then you've got that. There's no reason to spend. But the most valuable resource is time. And so just the fact that you've started now, like of all the people that are ahead of you, that group is just going to keep getting smaller.
Sure.
Because there can't be very many new people that spend past you. But, you know, people quit or get sidetracked and find another game, whatever it is. Whereas every person that starts after you, that pool is forever growing. So a year from now, you'll be one of the top tier players.
That's
if
so
you just
funny.
keep going, inevitably, you'll be up there and you'll have people going, oh my God, I can't even fathom being where you're at.
That's such a funny way to look at it, and I love it. It makes me feel so much better. Well, it's funny because when I first joined and I was doing arena, I was just like spamming arena, and I was getting into like the 300s, and I was like, Charlie, this can't be right. I can't be in the 300s that have everyone playing this game in arena. He's like, oh no, it's like sectionalized. Like you're definitely not. You're definitely not getting up there.
No, yeah, you're not the rank 300 PvP.
Yeah. So what is it about that Marvel Strike Force that like really drew you into it? Like for me, it kind of feels like I like the strategy aspect of it. I like the fact that like I can focus on different teams and like like if I come up against like a shield team, I can use the Spider-Verse team to counteract it and so on and so forth. Like for me, that's what I like about it because I'm very much like a role-playing tactician kind of person. So I'm curious, like what drew you to Strike Force to really make you want to be obsessive about it?
It's a combination of things. So, I've always liked the Marvel brand. Contrary to popular belief, though, I was never like the biggest Marvel fan. Never had anything against it. But so I would say I would really, really like Star Wars. To date, my favorite game I've ever played was Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah.
And I started playing that game before I was like, I didn't know anything about Star Wars other than my dad liked it when I started playing that game. And a year into that game, like that game is so immersive in the Star Wars universe that I would be watching a Star Wars movie for the first time and be like, I know the name of that gun. I know the name of that land speeder. I know the name of that lizard creature. And people just thought I was the biggest Star Wars nerd of all time. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I live in that universe for a few hours every day.
Right.
But so I'm big into Star Wars. Galaxy of Heroes came out. And so I was like, this is awesome. All the Star Wars characters. Let's build a team. And so I was really into that for a while. And the only reason I stopped playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes was to do the League stream full time. Because when I was working in health insurance, I would just be on my phone while I was talking to people playing Galaxy of Heroes. And so, like I said, I was playing Marvel Contest of Champions. That game, I was not expecting to hook me. I don't know why. I just, some Marvel movie had come out. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw the Marvel game and I was like, I'll probably uninstall this tomorrow, but let me try it. And I started playing it and I was like, holy crap, this is a lot of fun, actually. I got super addicted to that. And with MCOC, my thing was always like, I wish I'd been part of this game like from the get-go. And what I liked that Strike Force has not done that MCOC did was MCOC had like a certain characters where it was like, you get them when they first come out, or it could be a year.
Right.
Like they're crazy. Like they just don't show back up. And so there were a few characters I just could not get until they eventually showed back up. And like one of those characters that I'm referring to showed back up after like 2 years for $100. And I was just like, what is this? So I was like, I would really, really be obsessed with this game if I'd been a part of it from day one. And then I saw Seaton say, oh, Marvel Strike Force is coming. And the gameplay of Strike Force is exactly like Galaxy Heroes. So I was like, all right, I already know how this game goes. I was pretty good at it. I enjoyed it. I'm getting pretty into the Marvel lore. I was playing a lot of MCOC, so I started learning all these obscure Marvel characters, and I'm telling people, oh, Moon Knight's really cool. Like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
That's
funny. All this. So it was characters I knew. It was gameplay I knew. It was the ability to jump on board during a soft launch. And so I was like, let's go for it. And I, like you, I've always enjoyed the tactics and the theory crafting and a couple of the more popular teams I still maintain. I don't know if I'll get credit for it. And I will say that it definitely was not like such a brilliant revelation that no one else could have come up with this team, but I was definitely among the first, if not the first, to start using the tech team as soon as Vision came out. And that team's
I'm
awesome.
building that right now almost as we speak.
Oh, you're already on the right track.
Yeah.
Man. Tech team is fantastic.
It's been, I have Vision. I just need Star-Lord. So right now I'm trying to build all my Ravagers up because they're the closest to being the 5-star. That's how you get Star-Lord, right? Like 5-star Ravagers.
5-star Ravagers and Guardians.
Oh, wait, you need both?
Well, you need 5 characters.
Yeah.
Oh.
You need 5 stars of the Ravagers and Guardians.
Oh, I can mix match.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
thank
mismatch.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to shit myself.
but you've got to have 5 of them, and we think it hasn't been confirmed, but we think the Star-Lord event is next.
Oh,
So
I hope so. I literally just hit 7 stars on all across the board for all my guys for the next event, so I'm pretty stoked on that. So.
that's awesome. His legendary event is the one that has not come back in the longest time, so he should be next.
Fuck yeah.
Obviously.
That's fucking dope.
But we got some good stuff coming up. We got a new mystery support character.
Cool.
Who's going to be on the power armor team, which is going to
I'm
be...
guessing that's rescue.
So I've said
You
this...
can confirm. You can either confirm nor deny. You can abstain.
Correct.
That's fine.
Correct. I want to... This is what I've been saying, because they sent out an image with an email for Falcon that shows, like, this is the power armor team and their synergy, and it has a black silhouette of this mystery support character. So you can see what the mystery support character is shaped like, and we know they're on the power team, and we know that the original power armor tag was a Stark Industries tag. So there's...
Oh, it's going to be
enough,
Pepper. It's going to be fucking Pepper.
There's enough... I can't confirm it, but I can say that I'm hoping sometime soon I'll get an email that rescues me from being in this conundrum where I can't say.
Yeah,
So.
I like your play on words there.
I don't know what you're talking about. But,
Exactly.
I have one quick question though before we get out of Marvel Strike Force. What are like 5 tips you could give to someone that is either like me or just, I guess it's actually 2 giant differences. What would you give to like 5 tips in regards to Marvel Strike Force to just the average casual player?
Oh man,
Is that too little or not enough?
No, it's like I can give 5 tips, but then, give me a day to think about it, and I'll come up with 5 much stronger tips than what I come up with off the top of my head.
Sure.
But so the first one, and it sounds so self-absorbed, so I apologize, but I truly believe it. Join my Discord is the number 1 tip, not because like you've got to be tuning into me or what are you doing with your life,
Right.
Nothing like that, but it's so much good info passes through there, so many infographics, both mine and other people's, so many content creators' videos, mine and other people's, so much news. Like if there's news anywhere from any of the sources where you'd get news on this game, someone will post it in there and you'll see people talking about it. If you have any questions, if you come across anything and you're like, how does this mechanic work? Like I've probably talked about it in depth, or other people probably looked into it. So
Right.
You can just ask the question right there and someone will give you an answer. If you're ever looking for advice, who should I farm? What's easier? What does better? So just being able to talk to a group of people, like part of the reason why I'm as good as I am is because I'll go, I kind of like this and I kind of like this. What do you guys think? And then, 100 people in the chat will weigh in.
Right,
and be
right.
like, I've been using both and they're really strong here and they're really weak here. I've been having bad results with this. And so just being able to reference like, well, this guy has 7 red stars for this character, so he really knows what they can do.
Right.
Let's hear his take on, what they can really do at, their max power. So join my Discord is the number 1, and that's discord.gg/Khasino. Number 2 is be patient. You get absolutely everything for free eventually. Right now, there's absolutely nothing that paying players get that you don't get. So just take your time. And if you look at it as like, I'm only competing with myself, then you'll eventually unlock everything. I guess tip number 3 is, and it sounds like common sense, but just do all of your dailies. Do everything. Check your shops at every refresh. The more you can check in with the game for a short amount of time, the better. I would say tip number 4, let's go wide roster. A lot of people fall into the trap of thinking like, I'll just power up my 5 or my 10 strongest characters. But this game, in so many ways, is designed to reward you for having everyone somewhat competent.
Yeah.
So you might be thinking like, who cares about that mercenary team? Like, they're not that good. I don't need them for arena. But then the payday event comes around, and having your mercenaries, and again, you don't have to get them crazy strong. You don't need like purple gear mercenaries, but if you have them kind of start up and kind of geared up, then you can actually do that paid event and you get more gold, which you can spend on your main team or on other teams. So just never let your weakest characters be too weak. It barely costs anything to get them to like level 30 and blue gear.
Right.
And then at least they're doing something for Alliance War. At least they're within the, like, if you find out you do need them for a new event, you don't have to like go to all these level 1 characters and take them all the way up. So just keep everyone up. So I guess that'd be tip number 4, and then I had a really good tip number 5, and I just forgot it because I was
That
thinking about
last
tip
one
number
was
4.
so solid though, because like I just started building my mercenaries, and I wish I did it so much sooner because the payday just was like not too long ago, and I got shit out of it because I had like barely any mercenaries leveled to do it with. Um, no, those are solid, man. Thank you so much for that, like, especially like the tech, because Charlie, you sent me the tech team build, and that's when I started to like
Mm-hmm.
actually give it shit. I have all of them except for Star Lord, and I can't wait to then get Star Lord and build it out properly. Uh, it's just so crazy how like the synergy in the game is like what makes everything so well, and they did a really good job with that. I think like going into an arena match against someone who just has random shit in there, even though they're like 10k above me, I know it's gonna be cake because like if I'm with my Kree team or my defenders, they just work so well together that it won't fucking matter that the person I'm going against is way above me. So like I do like the fact that I've
Absolutely.
started to build other teams because I do wish I did that sooner though. But
I know I had a better tip number 5, and it just completely fell out of one of the holes in my Swiss cheese brain.
oh,
But
it's all good, buddy.
but so let me throw this one out there, and that is don't be afraid to seek a better alliance for yourself. Now, obviously, like if it's a bunch of friends, like don't just be a dick. If you're one of the stronger people in your alliance, you don't have to be like, sorry, I'm too good for you guys, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't have to be a completely self-serving jerk, especially if you have friends in your alliance and stuff. But I see plenty of people who are like, I try really hard, I play every day, I stay up on the news, I do everything I can. And then there's like 2 other guys in my alliance that do that, and then most people just screw off and will go out drinking for the weekend and not even do their raid nodes or anything,
Right.
and barely anything gets done. And it's like a lot of the good rewards are tied to your alliance, so don't be afraid to be like, look, like I like you guys, it's nothing personal, but I need like a minimum standard of like this is what I expect from my alliance.
Yeah.
And so anyone's
Yeah, 'cause
welcome to come with me, but I want to join an alliance where like we're getting stuff done.
Yeah.
So don't let your alliance hold you back.
Yeah,
You'll
I,
have more
that's what
fun.
that's what I did. So I was in like this beginner alliance, and then I joined like a better alliance, and then we were like having trouble. We were having trouble finishing like Ultimates 5, and like we would only barely hit 60% in that. For people who don't know, who don't play the game, essentially it's like you have a progression, like certain nodes that you hit, and as you clear the nodes, you start getting percentage of how much is completed, and from 30%, 60%, and 100%, you have different rewards for the game for completing that thing. So you have different tiers. So if you miss it by one node at the end, so you have like 99%, you don't get the tier 3 rewards, which is like you get like like maybe like 40% better rewards,
Right.
which helps your progression, helps your characters, you can do it better, so on and so forth. But like I was in this alliance for maybe like 3 months, 4 months, and I was just I was doing well. I had good progression. I was playing every day, and then like it's all stalled out, and we stopped making progression. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a month. And if we don't come back and progress even further, like I'm just gonna peace out. And that's what I did. I went and joined the MCU Avengers, which I think they're like a top 100 guild
Oh, I know
or
that.
alliance. They're and that's they became like family to me because like we have our own Discord for our subsection of the alliance, but then there's the main overarching Discord, which I think you're also in.
Yeah, it's an alliance family. Yeah.
And it's just like that's where you learn about the game, you learn about what people are doing, and like everyone has like different conversations from all across like different facets of what they're playing. Like people are different levels. It's more engaging and more fun. So definitely would suggest that. And that's and don't feel bad unless you're like
Friend, yeah,
like
friends,
you said, like
yeah.
don't be a dick or whatever. Actually, I have a great tip for tip 6. Then is don't spend your cores on random shit. It's something I found out. So I use it for.
You just reminded me, actually, by saying that, you reminded me of what my actual 5th tip was. All right. I'm glad I get to say this now.
I had
So,
a feeling of something like that.
proper 5th tip: do what's the best value. A lot of people feel like not doing things that are good value because it feels like sidetracking. So like they just recently had hand double drop, and so a lot of people are like, yeah, but like I'm trying to gear up my new Star Lord or whatever it is, so I'm not going to farm the hand. And it's like if you have an opportunity to get twice as many hand shards, even if you're not worried about your hand team, just
fucking
take that
do
day
it,
and
yeah.
farm that hand, because sooner or later there will come a time when you're trying to farm hand, and you will be glad that you went for them when there was double drop. And so this applies to everything. Like when people are like, oh, I'm trying to get rocket from my raid store, it's like buy raid orbs. I know that you'll get rocket slightly slower, and if you're in a pinch and like, oh, I have 2 weeks and I need to get rocket to this star, it's okay to focus farm rocket from your raid store if you've done the math and you're gonna make it. But if it's just like, who knows when the next event is, and I'm trying to farm Rocket, get the raid orbs. You're spending less. Like a perfect example, like Rocket from the raid store is what, like 1,400 raid tickets. A raid orb is 900. Rocket, you're getting 5 shards. That raid orb, you're getting 9 shards.
Yeah, fair.
So you're spending 900 on 9 shards or 1,400 on 5. It's just such a better value. And today, you're like, I don't care about Ravager Stitcher. I don't care about Mercenary Soldier. But then when the Star-Lord event rolls around and you go, oh, I can use Ravagers or Guardians? All right, how many Ravager Stitcher shards do I have? And then you look and it's like 2-star. You're like, wish I would have been buying those raid orbs.
Yeah, seriously.
So go for good value over what seems like a super priority in the day. You'll be thankful overall. Because at the end of the day, the way to get stronger is to make your whole roster stronger. It's not about having the strongest Guardian team or anything like that. It's about what's the total might of the army you can wield.
Right.
Especially for things like Alliance War. So build your army.
So, Khasino, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to any of our previous podcasts at all, but we do a thing with guests on our show. It's a little bit of a trivia. So we call it Dom versus the World, which is like Dom versus, our guests, whomever we have on.
Me losing usually.
And so,
just a heads up.
No, I mean, it's normal Dom losing. So what we've done in the past is it's been video game trivia with multiple choice. Since you're our special guest today, I decided to switch it up, and I'm going to give a shout out and a tribute to Jared Petty on Kind of Funny Games. They kind of do this, but they haven't done it in.
You didn't tell me we were doing this. What are you doing to me?
So the trivia today is going to be an homage to Jared Petty with mobile game or bullshit. So this is going to be 10 games that's either mobile game or it's bullshit.
It's time to lose all my credibility in the mobile gaming sector. Let's go.
So how it works is like I'll say 1 through 10, whatever. And a Khasino, you'll go first whether you think it's a mobile game or whether you think it's bullshit. So
all right.
All right.
We're saying separately.
I just always go first.
Yeah, you'll always go first just because it's guests go first.
Oh, all right then.
All right. So number 1, Pocket Kitten Cat Go. Is it a mobile game or is it bullshit?
Oh, that's got to be real.
Pocket Kitten Cat Go. It's either Chinese or it's bullshit. I'm going with this bullshit.
I'm going Japanese.
Fair.
Okay. Ninja Golf.
Oh, we don't even find out.
No, and
It's at the end. Find out at the end.
Oh, the suspense is killing me. Ninja Golf.
Yep.
Again, I totally buy that.
Yeah.
That's not a big leap for someone to be like, the kids aren't really into golf games these days, but I sure like golf.
Yeah, I think it's real.
You know
too.
what we need? Ninjas. I hope it's real. If it's not, someone please make Ninja Golf.
Yeah, Ninja Golf needs to be real.
We have Fruit Ninja.
I said it's real. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. Disney Emoji Blitz.
Nope. I'm shooting that down.
I'm saying yes. Nope. Oh, yeah.
Too easy. Nope. I don't buy that one.
All right. Toilet Time Attack.
That's tough. Yo, that's tough.
Did you come up with the ones that aren't real?
If they're not real, I will say that I did my fair amount of research this week. So
that's tough.
I'm trying to figure this
Toilet
out.
Time Attack.
Right. No. Right. But so what I'm asking is, like, assuming that they aren't all real.
Yes, I made them up if that's the case. Yeah.
Okay.
But I did it in such a way that would make it difficult to discern.
Right. No. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is kudos to you.
It's difficult.
But also, I'm not really sure. Like, I feel like at this point you could throw any title out, and I would have to consider. If you're like Orthodontistry Adventure, I'd be like, maybe.
I mean, I kept it in the realm of possibility. Is what I tried to do. I didn't go too left.
That was so
left
Well,
field.
I'm saying I don't think with mobile games. I'm not sure that there is a 2 left field, but
it was very difficult because there were some that I was like, this is no way this is real that were real.
All right,
that
I didn't. Give me a minute to check my app store real quick. I'll play it honestly.
No.
I feel like there's got to be a game with toilet in the name.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm gonna say no this time. I'm gonna go first on this one just so you don't feel the pressure.
No.
So you don't feel the pressure.
Here's the thing: is like it doesn't sound real.
But it could be.
It could be. And if I
could
say
be.
it is real and he fooled me with something Toilet Time Attack, like, then I'll just feel like the biggest jackass. So let's go down together. I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
And if it is real, hats off to the developer of that game.
All right. Talking Horse.
Yes. I can't see you making that one up. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
talking horse.
I agree. That's like too easy of a like for that to have been not real.
I
right.
can't see you being like, this'll get him.
Exactly.
Wait till you hear this next one. Amazing Strange Rope Hero.
Oh, that's got to be real.
Yeah, that's like
buy
someone made that and they somehow got it on. I feel like.
Yeah, you can tell me you made that one up, and I will go in some third-party Vietnamese app market, and I will find
exactly.
Killer Gunman.
that. It's
Exactly. It's so close that it could be real.
Again, this is another one where I'm like, if he made this up and I buy it, I just feel real dumb. But it's exactly the kind of 12 times through Google Translate title that you see in an app store. I'm waiting for the reveal at the end where he's like, "They're all real." Yeah, all right. I'll buy Killer Gunman.
I'm gonna say
sounded
no.
cool to somebody.
I say no.
I think it's a lack of imagination on his part if that one's fake.
Chemist Tycoon.
Ooh. That's what I called. Like, there is no too far left field.
I know.
I'm on board for Chemist Tycoon.
I also say no again.
so.
I say no again. I'm going to give you real quick my reasoning. Is because Tycoon as a thing is I'm almost positive is copyrighted. I don't think the Tycoon people would make Chemist Tycoon.
I think Tycoon is a real word.
It is.
But they can't.
But I mean, in regards to it being a video game, there's no way that that's not like you can't. I feel like you can't just make a game something Tycoon because the roller coaster.
Yeah, it's probably a trademark.
I feel like
or
there's a
something
trademark
like that,
probably upon that in regards.
Well, so here's the thing: is like people like doing things that. So like you think like Mortal Kombat, like anything with combat in it with a K would have to be like Mortal Kombat, but people will make like Gerbil Combat. Deliberately playing off of the hype surrounding Mortal Kombat. So
Fair.
I can see an imitator going for a Tycoon if they're ready for that legal case of like, you can't copyright a word that's in the dictionary.
If Tycoon, if Chemist Tycoon is real, Charlie, I'm canceling my part of the podcast. I'm done.
All right, you'll get a kick out of this one, Dom. All right, JC Go, as in like Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, go.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, for sure. I'd bet good money that one better be real.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had to specify JC for Jesus Christ, you're not making up acronyms. Nope. That's real.
Nope. All right. And the final one will be Battlecraft.
Yeah, that's a fucker. That is a real game. That's like you get ads for that.
That's probably like 4 games from different developers. Yeah, Battlecraft I buy.
You're right.
All
Though.
right.
Wait for them to say they're all real. That's hilarious.
I should have done that. It'd be like that's what we discussed like a couple podcasts ago. Like it's like everything is like B on the multiple choice. You're like that can't be real. That can't be right. Anyway, so Pocket Kitten Cat Go is indeed a real game. That's +1 at Casino.
Yeah.
I give up.
Did you say no to that?
I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes, you did. Ninja Golf is not actually a mobile game. You both got that wrong.
Bullshit.
I'm so let down.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
That was a
Bullshit.
I think that was based on an Atari game back in the day, but it's not a real mobile game.
Well, I will see you in a month with my Ninja Golf beta.
There you go. So you know the people. Disney Emoji Blitz is indeed a real game. So +1 a Dom.
Fucking knew it.
Tied. Toilet Time Attack is bullshit.
Did I say no?
Both got that wrong.
Wait,
that wrong.
I thought I said no
Yep.
on that.
We both said yes to it.
You both said yes.
Okay,
to it,
fair.
I
have it
can't
down as
believe
both.
it.
You're the
I
boss.
fell for it.
You're the boss.
Talking Horse is indeed a real game. Both got that wrong.
Yeah,
Got
I was
that
gonna
right.
say we got that right.
Yeah.
Are we still tied after that?
Amazing Strange Rope Hero is indeed a real game. It's based off of like a knockoff Spider-Man.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Is indeed. Killer Gunman is BS. I came up with that.
Oh, I'm so.
Wait, what's
All right,
it
this
at
is-
right now?
It is currently. Hold on.
The
Gotta do
reverse
some hard math over here.
psychology is undoing.
I
me
think
here.
it's tied. It's tied currently.
Still tied? Okay, fair.
It's still tied. So you're both
Fair.
tied at 4. JC Go is indeed a real game.
Fuck yeah. Oh my god, we got a tie? That's never is you have a tiebreaker ready?
It's not, I do have tiebreaker ready.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry. Chemist Tycoon. I forgot the one before that. Is indeed bullshit.
Ah!
So Dom
Damn
got
it.
that right.
Damn
It's
it.
actually a PlayStation 2 game.
Oh, but it is a real game. Come
that's
on.
still garbage.
It's a game, but not a. All right,
I lost on the technicality that it's for a different console.
You know what? I'll do the gimme, and I'll have the tiebreaker because the tiebreaker's good.
Was that?
And then
Well,
You're getting a gimme
let's
on
see
that
how
one.
it shakes out. He might run away with it anyway. Look, there's no honor in losing.
That's true.
Or there's no dishonor.
Battlecraft is indeed bullshit. So both got that right. So it is a tie.
Oh, it is a tie.
It is a tie.
Let's see this tiebreaker.
So the tiebreaker for the winner, I hope it's not a double tiebreaker because I don't have another tiebreaker, is, all right, so Anaconda Builder, mobile game or bullshit?
Fuck.
Anaconda Builder.
I want to say no. How do you build an anaconda? Did someone really find a way to make that engaging gameplay? I'm going to say no. I can't buy it.
I don't know what to believe anymore. What is real?
How do you build an anaconda?
Go one way or the other, Dom.
Yeah.
All right, Anaconda Builder is indeed a real game.
Oh my god.
Dobby came away with the win at the last minute there.
Congratulations on your win, but I'm happy to announce going forward I will be a full-time Anaconda Builder streamer.
As you should be, dude. Are you kidding me?
It has probably the worst UI.
It's probably also like, is it like phallically related?
Indeed.
Like, are you building dicks that are like look like snakes?
Oh, I don't know, but it's like a 2-button UI. I looked up, like I went to some dark places to try to find some of these games.
Funny.
It was pretty funny.
I mean, if Anaconda Builder doesn't work out, at least I've got Ninja Golf when that hits.
Ninja Golf. That's true. There you go. Enjoy. So anyway, Khasino, thank you very much for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
No
you
problem.
can find Khasino at twitch.tv/Khasino. It's Khasino. And you stream, what, 1 p.m. Pacific time?
Every single day. And I'm on YouTube.
So-
I do some bonus streams on YouTube, but that's the other main plug, youtube.com/Khasino.
Hell yeah.
Cool. And then you can find us on Instagram, og.podcast, OverachieversP on Twitter. It's patreon.com/overachievers. Beanoveraachiever.com is our website. Please, if you like this episode and more, leave us a review. Let us know what you think. And you can ask us any questions on Twitter with the hashtag AskOGP, and then we will do some follow-up with that. So I appreciate you coming on, Khasino, and we'll see you guys all next time.
No problem. This is a ton of fun. Thank you guys
Thank you so much,
for having
man.
me.
You've been great.
And, I demand a rematch on mobile game trivia.
We'll take you up on that for sure.
We'll get you back on. You'll do it.
All right, deal.
Oh, so since you are a fan of comedy and stand-up, you would actually like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel because it's based on stand-up in the 1950s.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So you should definitely check it out. At least watch an episode or two. I've been working on the show since the pilot, so we're on season 3 right now. So we go until
I will check
September.
it out. Especially you said it's something good to watch with the girlfriend, and there aren't a lot of things that we watch together, so I'll check it out.
I definitely recommend it. It's by the same creators of Gilmore Girls. So if she's a fan of that whatsoever, I mean, the show itself is just very good. Like as a show, it just plays very well. But everyone who I've said is like, oh, I'm not really interested in that show, and then they watch it, they're like, oh my god, it's so fucking good. I'm like,
no, I mean,
cool, I guess
I'm open-minded. I'll try anything.
You know the thing I don't like about Maisel, Charlie?
No,
we were talking about Maisel.
Yeah.
I don't like the advertising. That's the only thing I don't like.
The advertising?
Yeah, whenever the advertising comes on, like on my HBO Go, I think they choose like bad spots for it because I know the show is good.
Wait, is it an HBO show?
No, Amazon show.
Okay. Yeah, but I watch via Amazon Prime. Yeah, I watch Amazon Go or HBO Go on Amazon Prime. Rather.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. You got that Twitch Prime.
Oh yeah, which is side note, one of the best things they've ever done.
Yeah.
I love it. Literally every time someone gives me a Twitch Prime sub, I thank them for the Jeff Bezos money.
Ah, very popular.
Yeah, actually, I think I remember that because I had my Twitch Prime up and I stopped in the other day and gave it to you. And it was funny. You're like, thanks for the Jeff Bezos money. I was like, that's pretty funny.
It's pretty cute. Yeah. I joined your Discord, man. Your Discord is intense. There's a lot going on in here.
Oh yeah. It's.
Do you have mods and shit? Obviously.
Oh yeah. They're not paid yet. Trying to grow the empire to the point where I can have a staff. I was hearing about another streamer who had like 16 fully salaried people working under him. I'm like, I have a as of a week ago, I have a
What?
video editor. I throw like $50 a week.
Jeez, man.
I'm getting there. But
It's
yeah.
tough, man. We've tried making our own Discord for like the podcast and everything like that, but it just takes up so much time and like
The
energy
problem
and
with
like
me and
trying to
Charlie
figure it
is
out.
like we have so little time to do like our own like decompression, like personal stuff, let alone to do anything else. And then we in that very little extra time, we try to throw in being active on like Instagram or Twitter or anything.
Right.
It's difficult.
I-
It's difficult to have a full-time life, like job and stuff, and then also do
Oh, it's
content
it's
stuff.
not possible. Like there are a few freak occurrence like outside, like what's the word, outlier stories where someone just had something so crazy unique going on that they just did it every few days a week. For certain afternoons they were off, and it like blew up because what it was just so popular. But I always give the same advice, and it's like it's very unnerving advice, but the only way to get something like this to happen is you literally have to go 100% all in on it. You literally have to do the jump without the safety net, and you have to, like, I do this 7 days a week, and it's all I do. And that way, if it fails, I'm like, I tried absolutely everything, and I never stopped trying to make it work. But I don't know any successful Twitch streamers who do stuff like after work.
Yeah.
It just you just don't, like, work takes up so much of your life and your energy and everything.
You got to have decompression. Like, and if you come home from work and you put a face on to like stream, or,
Yeah.
like, that's also work,
Yeah, it's work. It's just work you enjoy. But but I will say, just in the, like, you guys have a very professional setup. He obviously works in film, so he's very familiar with how they do entertainment on a big scale with a lot of budget. And I like just looking at your webcam here, even though no one sees it. Like, I like the ensemble. It's like a dimly lit, but like with a leather couch.
Charlie's
It's a nice
fucking basement cave.
here,
It's the
I'll
best.
dude, the cave looks awesome. It's
Go full screen. I'll show you the whole thing. So
All
for
right.
what I have here is like, so this right back here is Dom. You got to head out. So you're gonna.
Oh yeah, I was trying to do that silently.
No, you can
guys
do
keep
it.
going.
You can go ahead and stop recording, and you can upload.
All right, guys.
I'll give
Thank you
him or
so
me?
much again, Casino. You're the fucking
Dom.
best man.
Just Dom.
Seriously.
Oh, no problem, dude. Thank you guys.
All right, later, boys.
So, like, right here is my video game collection, which has gone down significantly. But then we have over here is the full home theater setup.
Dude,
So
that's the dream. I'm trying to save up to get to afford something like a rent in New York. But I want a second room for streaming. If I had a dedicated streaming room,
Yeah.
it would look something like that with the couch and the big monitor. That's man,
And
one
then
day.
right here is my Sony projector blends in with the background. But like that's my background whenever I do Beat Saber streaming. So I got to figure out one day how to set up the screen so I can like chroma it out so I can actually be like,
Oh, that's easy. I can show you
with-
how to do that.
well, I know how to do, I just meant like lighting it and everything like that. So
okay.
that's the thing I got to
I
figure
bought
out.
a $100 ring light, and it was a terrific purchase. You can get them on Amazon, and it lights up the whole room. Really
Yeah,
well.
that's what I have here. I have essentially like a little fluorescent light that's like 75% taped over right now just for this. So this setup for me works great, but it's like when I have the full home theater setup, it's hard to want to stream like Days Gone that I'm playing right now, just because like I have a 7.2.4 surround sound setup, so it's like the whole world envelops you, whereas like I have headphones on, so.
Yeah. No, for sure. The immersion is epic. No, I'm very jealous of your setup. Definitely.
It took a lot of years of not making any money in the film industry to be able to find it. So my wife and I bought a place in Connecticut. Now I'm from Baltimore originally, but like I moved to New York in 2010, and then bought a house 2-3 years ago, something like that, up in Connecticut. Just
Nice.
because like her family is in Bridgeport, which is half an hour north of us, and so it's like we want to have kids in the next couple of years, so it's like free family health care, or daycare, so
Absolutely.
it's great. And so anyway, that Twitch clip right there is the Beat Saber thing I was telling you about, how it's like fucking insane for the like just the quick, how fast that everything is in that thing.
Yeah,
It's just
I want to
ridiculous.
check it out. I don't know if I saw a really difficult song, but so Mobile Gamer did some stuff with Beat Saber at Arnold's studio, and and I've seen other people play it, and it looks like a lot of fun. I like my whole thing is like I can afford the gear for it, but I don't have it. Like my room is too small. I don't have room to do it, and I definitely don't have like a wall to stand against to film it. Like I like the people who film it against a full green screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to next, because just to be able to have the full green to chrome it out and then do all that. So I just got to figure out how the hell to do that. That's not too intrusive.
I would recommend just having like a wall, just clear a wall and just paint that portion of the wall green and film it against that. And they do have like pop-up green screens too.
Yeah, actually, I have the Elgato pop-up green screen, but it's not. It's unfortunately with green screen because I'm used to doing chroma keys and whatnot in the film industry. So it's like you have to have it far enough back and lit properly so it's not like bleeding onto you.
Yep.
So.
I really like. There's a product. One of my sponsors. It's definitely not good for things like Beat Saber streaming, but it's really. It has its pros and cons, but for the value, I like it a lot. It's called a Web Around, and it's basically a green screen that straps the back of your chair.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Web Around?
It takes Web Around, all one word. And you can type Web Around Gaming, and they're like $60, and I think I get like a 10% off thing with my referral code, and it takes literally 2 seconds to Velcro it to the back of your chair with like pieces that are already on it, and then.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty
You're
rad.
in green screen, and like from where you're sitting, it would be full green screen, and then you just take it down, and then you're not green screen.
That's great. Maybe send me a link. I'll definitely check it out because $60 is really not really that much.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's one video game that I don't have to buy, or like one character I don't buy in Marvel Strike Force. So.
Yeah, I've been getting more and more into the whaling out. I've embraced my role as the people's whale.
The people's whale. Yeah, it's been fun just playing this game forever, and I've just gotten into doing playing on. I was trying to do BlueStacks on my PC for a while, but then I was having issues with BlueStacks, so I now use Nox for my.
Oh, what were the issues
Android.
with BlueStacks?
I just had a lot of performance problems. Like I'm running an AMD setup, so like I couldn't get the virtualization to work on my setup.
I've heard people saying it, but I'm running an AMD, I think. Oh no, I'm running an i.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm not sure why it wasn't working, but like I just started using Nox and I also use Mac for a lot of stuff. So Nox is the thing I was using, and it works great. It's fine.
And you said you use Mac for a lot of stuff. Have you found an Android emulator that works on Mac?
I think Nox is also on Mac as well.
Really? Because I get tons of people asking me how to play on Mac, and BlueStacks keeps saying we're coming out with a Mac version, and it keeps not working for MSF. And I would love to have something I can recommend for people on Mac. If you can confirm, I see that Nox like has download Nox for Mac, but if you can just verify that,
I'll try it on my.
Works,
I'll try it on my
that'd be huge.
server. Yeah,
that'd be huge.
I'll check that out later on today and let you know.